Hello and welcome to a special video. Alright, so the story all starts around 1:15 a.m. on December 20th, 2021. I was listening to some YouTube videos and I thought that I should upload an Obey Me video. I click the upload video button and it takes me to my channel dashboard to inform me that I have a copyright strike, and because of this, 2 of my videos had been taken down. I go to my email and see the email that also tells me the same information. The 2 videos, Let's Play Obey Me number 5 Solomon's birthday event and Let's Play Obey Me number 6 Solomon's birthday event, were removed from YouTube because of a copyright takedown notice YouTube received. Who could have done such a thing? I'm not familiar with getting I'm not unfamiliar with getting copyright claims because of the music I use in some of my videos, and sometimes the music that is a part of video games will get that too, like in Lego games. My first assumption is that it was probably whatever company does the music for Obey Me. However, my assumption was incorrect. The company that took down my videos and branded the copyright strike on my channel is NTT Solmare Corporation. Who the heck is NTT Solmare Corporation? They are a Japanese company that is best known for ebook services and dating simulation apps. Their headquarters are in Shuoko, Osaka, Japan. They were founded on April 1st, 2002, and their current president is Akira Tomana. They are responsible for about 27 dating simulation games, most of which I have never heard of or played. By the way, I got all that information from the Shall We Date wiki, i.e. the development company that makes Obey Me, Shall We Date. Which leads me to realize that NTT Solmare owns Shall We Date. Now, the thing that's important here, and the moment that upsets me the most, is an overall problem with YouTube itself, is that nowhere on anything does it tell me what aspect of those videos are so bad that it warrants giving me a copyright strike. On my channel dashboard, all it tells me is the strike expires in 89 days, that the videos were removed, that it was manually claimed, and that I can either contact the claimant or submit a counter, whatever the hell it's called. Even the email just says, due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we had to take down the following videos from YouTube, followed by the 2 videos I mentioned earlier. It says what happens if the channel gets 3 copyright strikes and what I can do next. Again, it doesn't tell me what aspect of the videos are so against the copyright system. The most interesting thing is that both the taken down videos were claimed manually. This means that someone at NTT Solmare Corporation was going through videos on YouTube, came to those 2 of mine, saw something that overtly violated copyright, and decided to take action and strike them. It's also interesting that they only specified parts 5 and 6 and left parts 1 through 4 alone. Is there something in the Solomon birthday event that caused this? Regardless, right now, as this section here in the script that you are hearing me speak now, it's about 2:10 a.m. and before I can send a counter notification, I'm going to reach out to NTT. I copied over the email that YouTube says is their contact info, and I sent the email as this. Hello, this is me, the person that runs the Brett H Productions channel on YouTube. I noticed on my dashboard that you, NTT Solmare Corporation, took down 2 of my playthrough videos for your mobile game, Obey Me, One Master Ruled Them All. I'm writing you now because I would like to know exactly what copyright laws those 2 videos were breaking, because I can't find any information on that. Plus, each one says that it was claimed manually, therefore meaning that someone in your offices watched my videos and found something wrong enough with them to give me a copyright strike. I really don't see how these were breaking copyright, as they're just videos of me playing your game straight without any commentary over it. Please write back to me as soon as possible with haste to get the situation solved as soon as possible. Thank you, Brett. I'm writing this next section here on December 20th, 2021 at 2:15 a.m. and I'm still awaiting a reply from NTT, and I will wait for a bit before I send a counter notification. I have the belief that someone at NTT was just bored and decided to give me a strike because it would be fun. Anyway, I will update the situation when it gets back to me. Alright, this part is being updated on December 22nd, 2021 at 4:02 a.m. I have some updates regarding the whole copyright strike situation between myself and Shall We Date's parent company, NTT Solmare Corporation. First of all, NTT still has not responded to my email, but I will come back to that. I decided to do some research on YouTube to see if anyone else out there had gotten a copyright strike from NTT regarding Obey Me or any of the other games that NTT has. What I found is kind of stupid, despite it also kind of making sense as well. So I started with a video by a creator named Kays. They have a video titled Big Warning, Obey Me. They are actually sending copyright strike. Now, this video also pointed me to other creators that have had the same situation as me, but this was really helpful already, so thank you, Kays. I then went to the video created by the creator Smile Flower titled, parentheses, be careful when you want to upload NTT Solmare / Obey Me's content, parentheses, copyright strike. And this video was just as helpful as Kays' video because they both outline exactly why my 2 videos were removed and I got a copyright strike. I learned from all these videos and why NTT has given me a copyright strike for those 2 videos is this. I cannot upload any videos, any images, or any screenshots that contain anything related to any main story, any event story, any dialogue, or really any kind of plot that NTT may consider to be spoilers. Kays' video pretty much said that NTT also includes the messages and card stories in Obey Me, as well as they don't want messages and card stories that could be considered spoilers to be uploaded. Kays also put in there that stories that are uploaded on YouTube would spoil the story for other people, or that other people would go to YouTube and watch those stories instead of downloading and playing the game themselves. These videos also pointed out that NTT puts this information in the terms of service on their games. So, in the TOS for Obey Me, it says uploading images or stories of our games to websites, personal blogs, SNS, social media, platforms, or other for the primary objective of viewing the content, parentheses, uploading a full chapter, an entire story, or any images from the game that spoil the general plot of the story. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does NTT consider to be a story spoiler? Well, given my situation, obviously uploading videos of Solomon's birthday event is considered to be a spoiler. The stupid side of that is that Solomon's birthday event has already passed. So I don't understand why that would really be a problem. My other 4 videos on Obey Me that they didn't touch were just main story stuff that I somehow avoided spoiler content. Anyway, the point is that what NTT considers to be spoiler content can be changed at a moment's notice. This is because it says on the TOS for any of their games that I grabbed from Obey Me, please be advised that NTT Solmare Corporation reserves the right to change the terms of service and use without any prior notice. Furthermore, please be aware that we will not be held liable for any damages or consequences that may arise from failure to follow the content terms of service and use. This is why from all the videos I watched about getting copyright strikes from NTT is to basically stop uploading Obey Me content, to delete any Obey Me content that you've already uploaded, because you never know when NTT will just decide that, for instance, my other 4 videos on Obey Me could now have spoilers and give me more copyright strikes because they can just change their terms of service whenever it suits them. I also found out from these videos that NTT doesn't respond to their emails, but they respond to being contacted via Facebook, which is really stupid. Now look, I totally understand NTT does not want story spoilers to be uploaded, and I understand them being so strict about what can and can't be uploaded because they don't want people to just watch the games, but want people to download their games and experience the stories for themselves. But I also think it's stupid because it's a free fucking game. You don't see Microsoft or 343 Industries, for example, striking me for uploading an entire playthrough of Halo Infinite's campaign because it spoils the game and makes it so people can just watch it and not have to buy the game to play it. Maybe that's different because Halo Infinite is a $60 game that I paid for, and therefore I can do what I want with it. But it still feels really stupid that NTT does this for a free game. A lot of the time, watching gameplay videos on YouTube can lead to someone deciding to buy or even download a game for themselves, and I'm sure that's the same thing can be said for a free mobile game like Obey Me. I'm going to be contacting NTT via Facebook because I have some things to say, and we'll update this at a later time. Alright, so this last part has been added as of January 12th, 2022. I reached out to NTT on Facebook, and I heard nothing back from them. I'm still playing Obey Me. I'm just not uploading the videos onto YouTube anymore. So let this moment of learning be there for anyone who is thinking of doing content on Obey Me or any of the numerous games that NTT owns. My advice would be, don't. Okay? At least don't do it on YouTube. Anyway, at least don't do it on YouTube. I post Obey Me stuff on a social media site that's not Facebook, and that seems to be fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna post. I mean, it's just screenshots anyway. But yeah, that would be my advice. Do not upload videos onto YouTube for Obey Me or whatever other games that NTT owns. That's all I have to say, so if you are out of the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye.